Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now I know this video isn't something I usually do, but I decided to make it anyways. So back to school, it's happening. Whatever you want to believe it or not, it's here. And it is not going to stop until the day back to school truly comes. And now I will walk you through why the day sucks so hard. But before that, we have to go over the events leading to what makes back to school suck. It all starts in the summertime, around June. You just got out of school and you're feeling pretty good about yourself. Your life is great, you have no more worries. All you do is just game all day, binge watch Netflix, chill. You're just having a great time. Then you decide to go to some store like Target or Walmart, and then you see those back to school promotions. You see the supplies being set up, and you're like, oh shoot. But you don't have to worry about that. That's in over a month. You have to worry about going back to school and all that shopping and stuff. But then the summer goes by really, really, really fast. And that means that the back to school season is creeping in closer and closer and closer. Suddenly, out of nowhere, when you're watching YouTube, you keep getting interrupted by back to school ads more and more frequently. And you are pretty annoyed by it. You hate being reminded of school, but you can't stop it. And then August hits, the final month before school starts. And all you're thinking about is at the end of August, you'll be back in that crusty room, in those crusty seats, with those painful to deal with children and annoying teachers. And now it's time to prepare for it. So you go back to school shopping with mom, go get some pencils, papers, notebooks, note cards, and all that stuff that you really just want to get through with so you can just go back to your game. But of course, the ultimate thing is that you can't forget that going back to school is here, is already come, and you can't stop it. And also there's back to school clothes shopping. Now some people, when they go to school, they have uniforms. My area doesn't, which is good. But anyway, you might do have to go back to school for school uniforms and stuff. I go have to purchase them. It take a ton of time just to get it all set up. It takes a lot of time just to, buy them and try them on and all that. It's honestly quite long and painful to do. But then, after all that shopping, all you can really think about for the rest of summer is back to school. Now I don't know if you have this at your area, but I have this thing called open house, which is like a few days before school starts. You basically get to go to your class and see who your teachers are. And sometimes your teachers have the most cheerful, high energy you've ever seen for a teacher. Your parents like them a lot, obviously. They might even become new Facebook friends. But you have to remember that you're going to be stuck with them for a long time, for like a few months before the next semester comes. And it's kind of like that with every class. And then the night before the first day arrives, you're tired. You're so tired. Actually, you're not tired. And then the day before school arrives, you don't even want to go back. you have too much energy from the summer. You can't sleep because your schedule during the summer was so crazy. It was like you went to bed at like 6 o'clock and then you woke up at like 3 in the afternoon, and now you have to go back to sleep being at like 9 o'clock at night. You can't really do that. And after hours and hours and hours and hours of just fighting your body, sweating ferociously just to sleep, you finally shut down. But then as soon as you wake up, bam, your alarm clock wakes you up, and you now have to go back to school. And now this is the day has truly began. So you wake up and you're so tired that only thing you can do is stare at the wall and stare at the wall while you think to yourself, oh my gosh, I have to do this every single day? Every day? But you can't stop it. You thought about ways to get out of the day, but it doesn't take an idiot to notice that you're just trying to skip. So you decide to get up anyways, using whatever strength you have from the lack of sleep you got. So you do all your things, getting dressed, eating your breakfast, brushing your teeth, getting your bags ready, and then you leave your house and about to head in that car or board that bus to go to school. Now, I only have my license, I can drive myself to school, but I know a lot of you have to still take the bus or have a parent drive you to school. So you're about to board that bus and get in that car, but your parent wants to take pictures of you and send it on Facebook so that everyone on Facebook can look at you and comment about how cute you are going back to school, how much you want to grow up. They're crying at how fast you're going up. Bro, I'm crying too. Bro, I'm crying too. I don't want to go to school and I'm crying about it. Anyway, so you go to school. Now you have to find your way to class. It's very, very, very difficult to find your class because the school's so big. There's so many people, and you can't even see down the hall because there's so many people. If you try to ask for help, the guy will be so confused. Will confuse you, of course. And then when you finally get to your classroom, you're stuck with a bunch of people you have absolutely no idea existed. It's like all these people were just transferred to school, and now you have to sit down and wait for the bell to ring. And then your teacher comes but we're not learning anything today. We're just learning a bunch of useless stuff like her life story, how she came to be, which you don't care about. Nobody cares about. You just want to get through the day and go home and go sleep. But you're forced to be stuck in here. Then you have to do icebreakers, naming 3 fun facts about myself. Bro, nobody cares. Why do we care so much? Why do we have to keep doing this? Anyways, then it's time to leave the class and go to your next class and repeat the same process over and over again until the day is finally finished. Well, a lot of the time for me, I usually get to walk home with nothing to do but other than to give my parents a syllabus for them to sign, which is probably the least favorite thing they like to do on the first day of school because all that stuff they have to read is not fun. But then, unless you have that truly demented teacher who has no care for their students at all and just wants them to be in as much suffering as possible, they'll give you homework on the first day of school, which is such a good sign of how absolutely crappy this semester is going to be in there for you. but you lay on your bed. You're tired, you're exhausted. You don't want to go back. But you remember that this is your life now for the next 9 months, from Monday through Friday, every single week. Most weeks, actually. Some weeks will be off for vacations, but most weeks will be like this. So, does the first day of school suck? Well, it pretty much does. You're forced to go back to a place you absolutely hate, get used to a schedule you absolutely wish you didn't have, and you have to remember that you have to do this every day for the next 9 months, from Monday through Friday. Not technically every day, but a lot of the time, most of the time you do. And of course, the events leading up to it will only create further groaning for the occasion. Well, that's gonna wrap this video up. Thank you guys for watching this until the end, and make sure to like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any more of my content, and I will see you later.